Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs series with Dr. Vivek. Topic for today's discussion is from education sector. You could say it's a governance theme which is in news. We will be dwelling on the current literacy trends in India. NSO, which happens to be National Statistical Office, has released a report on education where it has ranked states on basis of their literacy rate. So we'll be focusing on the top 5 as well as the bottom 5 who have been laggards in this sector, because literacy rate, we all know, is important indicator for socio-economic progress of a nation. Any state which is doing well in literacy rates is expected to do socially as well. So there are few surprises and few you could say the preconceived notions that southern states are more well educated or doing well in education as compared to the northern counterpart stands debunked, because some interesting trends are out. Yes, few trends are more or less on expected lines, but it will definitely throw a few surprises. And this topic is particularly more important for upcoming state services, because in Himachal Pradesh there have been couple of questions already in last 5 years on literacy rate, as well as you could expect such a demographic topic which happens to be in geography as well in the PCS as well. So let's just decode what the current trends are. So NSO, just make sure you also go through what NSO is. The National Statistical Office was created under the Act. It's a central, you could say, statistical agency working for government of India. It was created under the Act of 1980, and it has been releasing such data wherever so that states could work on. So currently the top 5 performers which have done exceedingly well, the first rank is being constant, which you already know, most of you, that Kerala is the best performing state in terms of literacy rate. Stands at first position, the literacy rate is 96.2, and the best part is the difference between male and female literacy rate is also the least with the narrow one. Only 2% difference is there, which is quite a major achievement. It shows that the gender empowerment is actually taking place in the state of Kerala. Otherwise, when we talk about Rajasthan or UP, there is a much wider gap. In case of Rajasthan, it's almost 23%. In UP also there is around 13%. The second best performing state is currently Delhi, 88.7%, and you could say the efforts to streamline education continues to give results. And we could even say that this data is for 2017-18 phase, so it's a recent data, and it shows that the northern state Delhi is doing exceedingly well in education sector. And the next two states will be a little surprising. It happens to be once again from northern India, and the states which were at time considered as special category states because of the difficult terrain and due to the difficult geographical condition as well. So Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh are currently ranked 3rd and 4th at close percentages of 87.6 and 86.6 respectively. So all those who are targeting the HP exam, which happens to be next, should brush up this fact that HP currently stands at in the top 5 performing states. And since you are preparing for HAS, make sure you also go through the data, which is the most literate district, which is the least literate district, because such questions can be even asked. And coming to northeastern, there is one state which has done and stood out in the ranking, which happens to be Assam at 85.9%. So this is, you could say, the first state was more or less predictable. Other states, more or less, if you are not followed the recent data, all of them might surprise you. Now, the story is never complete if we just discuss the positive side. Like for everything, there is a positive angle, and there are the angle which we could always work on improvement. So this week we had seen that the ease of doing business report of state was released, and in that case the southern states have done exceedingly well. We all know the rank 1 was Andhra Pradesh, which was followed by Uttar Pradesh, and then there was Telangana. But when we come to the literacy state, the popular notion that the developed states are the literate state, that stands shattered with the current ranking. You could see this time in terms of bottom state, it is not the UP, Bihar which are at the bottom. It happens to be the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. It has a literacy rate of 66.4% and it needs to do more to just come at least match the national average. We all know the national average as per this trend is now at 77.7 because they are lowering this literacy rate above age of 7. And coming to the Rajasthan, the low literacy rate is mainly due to abysmal female literacy rate, and that's where the percentage. Otherwise, in males it is roughly around 80. It has more than 80%, but in females it is around 52%. So here, the 69.7 clearly states that we need to do more on education in the heavy state, which happens to be one of the largest state of. Then Bihar, traditionally, which is a laggard in the education, the literacy rate is at the bottom 3, 70.9%. And then once again, the surprise is the Telangana, it is at 72.8%. So clearly, the states which are doing exceedingly well in terms of business or industrial development are not so faring well in case of the literacy rate. And finally, we have the Uttar Pradesh at 73%. So this is a wake-up call for the southern states as well as other states which have been traditionally considered backward, because we need to work on literacy level. Only then we could just make a paradigm shift from developing to developed state. Yes, it is not that the all answers lie in literacy rate. There are other aspects of human development, and we should aim at holistic development and growth as well. But literacy in education continues to be a relevant factor globally, and it has been a clear-cut strategy. States doing well, literacy rate also do well in terms of sex ratio at times, though it cannot be stated as a rule. There are exceptions to this theme as well. So make sure such trends, whenever they are in news, you are compiling them in the report section of current affairs. These factual questions are comparatively easy to predict as well as easy to attempt. If you just have to memorize the top 3 performers, bottom 3, the agency involved, as well as the overall trend of the team. And this data can also be used in your mains paper while attempting the society section or the social issues which we call them. They prove it quite handy. So I hope you got the broad trend what literacy rate in different states is currently. So if you have any specific doubts, you can ask them in comment section. We'll be back soon with another current affairs section on similar lines. Keep following. So keep revision mode on. Thank you very much. Have a